Well, my name is Brad Stewart, and I'm from Enumclaw, Buckley, Washington area. I'm with the Summit, an evangelical free church. We came down on our very first mission trip, and one of the things that we set out were 3 goals before we left. We wanted to do something that really impacted our team. We wanted a mission that was cost effective, and we were looking for a way to create the culture in our church that would build a missions mentality. And I have to say that we were blown away with all 3 of these aspects coming here to Go Missions to Mexico. It's been a great privilege to serve, and we are looking forward to coming back next year.
This is Mike Fink, and I'm here with Brad from Enumclaw, Washington, with the Evangelical Free Church called the Summit. And so this is your first time down here, right, Brad?
Yes, sir.
Great. And you had some objectives when you came down here and wanted to have an effective mission trip. Just tell us briefly about your experience down here in Mexico.
Well, I think that one of the things that was really kind of unique to us was just how overwhelming everybody felt as an attraction to those children. I mean, we expected some of the individuals to get attracted to them, but I was really blown away at how I was personally impacted by the love those kids shown. Everywhere we went, they were hugging us, they were meeting us in the street. I mean, it was phenomenal to see the tears in their eyes as well as ours on the day we left.
Awesome. And your ministries, you did prayer visitation in the morning, you did work projects in the morning, you did a vacation Bible school outreach, you did community outreaches. How did your ministries go, just briefly?
Well, I think that uniquely the visitation ministry, I'll start with that because that was the first. For at least half of our team went out on visitation, the other half worked on a work project. But we were really blown away by the various reactions to us. Some people were very open to us. One lady even invited us into her home. I'd never been to one of these homes, and I was actually asking God to give us that opportunity. I was kind of blown away with the next morning when a lady named Rosa invited us in. She was a believer, but she asked us to pray for her. She had some sort of side problem. We were really honored to be able to go into this home. It gave us a whole new appreciation for what people were living like. We could see the outside, but to see the inside and to be welcomed in like that was a unique experience. We had several people actually commit their lives to Christ while we were on the trail. Walking through the neighborhood, and it was just, although we couldn't speak the language very clearly, we could sense the presence and the power of the Holy Spirit and the work that He was doing in the lives of these people.
And then you did a building project in the morning with part of your team, and what did you do and how'd that go?
Well, actually that was Roger, my associate pastor, and he led the team, or him and Tammy led the team there, and they worked on a project and they built a roof for this pastor's home. And I have to tell you, they worked hard, and they knocked the whole thing out in the 1-week period. But their work project, they worked a little different, and I think that all of them would say they were impacted by how overwhelmed they felt that this was a pastor's home that they were working on.
Okay, and then your vacation Bible schools, you did that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you were a smaller team, we should say, but you had how many children?
Yeah, we had 7 people total in our team, but we at the first night was just maybe 20 children, and then we finished about 37 or 40. I lost track. They were kind of it was called Control Chaos. Yeah, we noticed what that was. But it was overwhelming in some respects, but it was so exciting in others to see those kids. And some of them really were so excited that they got 5 verses, and they were, lined up and with smiles on their faces. And we had, I think, around 20 children go forward to pray and receive Christ. And we hope that that's a long-lasting reception.
Awesome. So your ministries went well, and you had a special time serving. And I'm just curious. A lot of teams have concerns about safety.
Yeah.
Would you just care to share briefly about your safety? And
At no point did anyone feel like we were threatened. And I've actually come down as far as Ensenada while I was in the Navy, so I was somewhat familiar with Mexico and wasn't too worried about driving down here. But I have to tell you, it's probably one of the more powerful times was our sharing and devotions in the morning, and every person had a question they answered about the trip. And this morning there were several people who echoed that they felt very secure and well led. They weren't sure what to expect, but in the end they felt very safe, and would love to come back.
So your drive down was safe and no
Everything's
problems
safe,
there,
yeah.
and then walking the community,
Oh, yeah.
the streets. I mean, it was just a rural farming, humble
Very
communities.
very humble existence. These people were extremely warm to us, and we really felt blessed to be here.
So as your first time, Brad, there might be some other youth pastors or leaders or that might be considering a mission trip down here to Mexico. What words would you have for them?
Well, I'd say if safety is your concern, if that's stopping you, you need to just, I mean, come on down. You're going to find that you'll be blown away by just the roads are open. There's cars up and down them. It is a safe trip. Don't believe everything the media says. I think probably the funniest part about being down here and talking to some of the English-speaking people that we have met, they think we're more dangerous than they are down here. That was kind of unique to me to hear that from them. So just remember that the news tends to shade things, and there are certain pockets, but they're not here.
So your mission team was impacted, and was a good experience. So
overall, yeah, they all want to come back. We're all talking about what we're doing next year. We're just trying to solidify some dates. It's a no-brainer for us. Now we're going to be working about praying for the people, praying for this mission, praying for ourselves, and building our team, because we're going to double our numbers next year.
Well, I just want to say, Brad, thank you for coming down. Thank you for your faith. Thank you for your good leadership, and it's been an honor to have you down here. So God bless.
Thank you.
Can you say adios?
Adios, amigos.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I am from Enumclaw, Washington, and I'm 15 years old. And so my church came up here to Mexico this week, and God works in a lot of different ways than you think He will. And this week He really just spoke to me through a 12-year-old girl this week, and her name was Jimena, and she was just so full of love, and it was just great how God works. And even though you can't communicate with these kids, they just love you and they love to be loved. And it was just great this week, just being able to love and try to be an example of Christ's love and receiving it back. And it was really special because she, on the last day, she made me this cute little box, and inside she had little cute things like nail file, things that these kids, don't really have, and a cute little, like a bumblebee, and hair stuff, and she wrote me a little letter too, and inside it said that, that how much she loved being my friend, and that she was gonna miss me so much, and that she just wanted to give me this so I could always remember her, and that she was gonna cry when I left, and there was 2 people crying when we left, and it was her and God really spoke to me through her this week. And so if you're considering going on this mission trip, you should, because God will work in unknown ways, and it was just a really great trip for me.